All right, everyone. So here is our freeze-dried gumbo. I'd go ahead and break some of these apart because I just wanted to make sure that they were completely dry in the center. And they seem to be pretty good. So I am going to get these bagged up really quickly before they start absorbing any moisture out of the air because it is raining outside. And I will check back in with you guys in a little bit.
Alright, I'm back in the top of the barn this morning. I gotta finish cutting in the hardware cloth around the stud working and, well, pretty much all the trimming. So, that's what I'm getting started on right now. Figured I'd let you know what I was into. Well, it's already started raining and I don't have the compressor in the barn. So, I'm not going to chance bringing it down here. I don't want to get it drenched. But I did get the hardware cloth cut into shape to go against the wall back in that section. And I've taken the time and I've gone through and I've wired the two pieces of hardware cloth that are covering these gaps. So now they're pretty much one piece, or as close to one piece as I can get it. But I'm gonna take Mr. Brown's advice. I'm gonna pop this door off, put a backboard on it for the hinges to go into. That way, any kind of warpage in the wall itself isn't putting as much strain on the screws holding the hinges in place. So, I'm going to go ahead and get that done. Alright, so I have the backboard on there now. Should alleviate the pressure on the screws holding the hinges. Door still works perfectly fine. But that's where I'm at the moment.
All right, everybody. So this is the boys figuring out what's going on with our door frames and our bedroom doors coming up here in the next few weeks. Days, okay. Along with pig butchering.
We've been going without bedroom doors since forever. So that's what we're looking at, is making bedroom doors. And the first thing that has to happen, I think, is trim all this out, because the hinges will actually go on this post here, but on the trim work. So we're looking at, I think we said 4-inch.
We were discussing 3-inch for the outer trim work,
Okay.
all the way around your door and ours,
Right.
and 4-inch
4-inch
this
was
side.
there, and probably 3-inch on this side to match up with what's here.
Yeah.
So this will be 3-inch on this side and 4-inch over here. And so the first thing we got to do is put the inside boards in, the ones that go right up against the studs, which will pretty much get buried by the outside ones, which will come across and come up both sides. And then we're going to have to put on like a 1/4-inch piece that the door butts up against when it's closed. That will go on top of this 2.5-inch piece that goes across here and all the way down the side here. Because you got to have something for the door to go up against.
Yeah.
This one here is 2x4 on its side. So this one will be a little bit different, but we're going to treat it the same. We're just going to change the measurements, and but a piece here, a piece across here, and 3 and 3, and over to the wall on this side, because that's only just 1 inch underneath. This one will be over to the light switch over here, and trim this out, and the door will hinge here to go up against this wall. Am I forgetting something?
I think the only thing you're forgetting is the fact that, well, it's going to be 3 on this side and the top. We're only going to go to the wall on that side.
Right, this one's gonna go flush right up to the wall.
Yeah.
And that should look okay.
Well, it should look just fine.
And this one will have this wide piece here, and then the half-inch or quarter-inch, I guess it is, that the door hits up against. That might be half-inch. I'm looking at other doors, and I think it's quarter-inch in other places, but we can do either one. We've got the wood.
Yeah.
The doors that we're thinking on making are Dutch-style doors, I think they're called, where you can leave the bottom closed and the top can be open. And on the inside of the door, there's a cross piece and a diagonal, and a diagonal down like that. And when the door is closed, you can't even tell that it's a Dutch door. But when it's open, of course, you can.
Right. I'd assume that when it's open, somebody could tell.
I don't know. You might just run right into the bottom half.
I probably will a couple of times.
But that break will be, it might not be halfway, but it's going to be right about there, or there, or it's going to be, it might be kind of high, huh? That's a judgment call. Comment on that. How high should the break between the doors be?
I would say about light switch height. Where the light switch is here.
Right here.
Okay, this light switch is this high.
No, this light switch.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That gives you 4 inches to play with.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, they got to match
Right.
the two sides. And these are all made out of cherry. All this is cherry. And then we're gonna, I guess this is phase 2 maybe?
Yeah.
We're going to, this is phase 3. Because that's phase 2.
Okay.
But this is in line with what we were doing. This will all be trimmed out in cherry. This, there's a heavy half, well, it's 3/4 up here. There's 1 inch almost up there.
And it's almost flush down at the
And it's
bottom.
almost flush down at the bottom. So we're gonna have to put in shim pieces and then our trim. And all this needs done is trimmed, and then the same way here, trimmed all the way around. And,
The intention is to bring it out to match the width on the bottom step so everything seals flush.
yeah, we want it flush with that all the way across. Because
We want barn doors.
we are gonna have a barn door idea that with a slider that goes across here, up above this door, and is maybe level if we can work that.
One single level slide for the 2 doors, that way.
Right. And you, to go upstairs, you slide one door. To go in the pantry, you slide both doors. And you can't go upstairs at the exact moment you go in the pantry.
But let's face it, none of us really just hang out in the pantry for hours on end.
That's
So
true. And then, do we want to make this a separate video, or do you want to talk about the basement door?
We can talk about the basement door. This is what phase 2 will be.
It's full of farm artifacts. There was a box there that was locked, that was also full of probably gold bricks or something, but we put it out in the barn. And this can't go out in the barn until the wall is done.
There's nothing behind but plastic here. There's no framing really for the wall or anything in there.
But this is gonna be a wall, but the wall is gonna be contingent upon the door. The door is gonna be 30 inches, I think.
When we were talking, we were somewhere around 32, I believe.
32 would bring it right to here. Okay. So the first piece that has to happen is a piece across here, and then he can put his door.
Frame.
This will be the swing side of the door. That'll be the hinge side, I believe.
The way we were talking, yes, that way it'll open that way.
The door opens in against the window, and all this is all maple, and this is all maple. We got pine in here now, and the maple will. We were talking vertical, and we've also talked horizontal, and we've also talked diagonal for this wall as far as the boards go.
I can't remember where we ended on.
Well, if they subscribe and watch our videos, they will be able to find out.
This is very true.
This can be a cliffhanger. I really like diagonal, and we've already got we've got an angle of some sort going here. I don't know why it's 45 or not.
Best I could get with a protractor, yeah, it was a 45.
It is. All right. Well, that might be how that comes to pass. But if you got to subscribe and hit the little
Notification bell.
notification bell, and you'll find out.
So there's our plans for doorways and walls coming up into the fall season. We'll have a lot more time to work inside, getting things done that we need done in here, like building walls and doors and floors. So we will check in with you guys later. You have a good day. Alright everybody, just closing out the video for the day. Mike did get some work done on the coop yesterday. We had a lot of rain off and on yesterday. The gumbo, as far as we can tell, turned out from the freeze dryer. I guess we'll know for sure when we go to actually try and reconstitute some of it. Seth wanted to bake an apple pie. So that is store-bought crust, but you know, he did a good job. The apple pie filling was absolutely delicious, and it turned out a good, Bryn says yes too. It turned out a good consistency on the inside and everything. It was pretty good. Dinner, we had some baked fish and rice and vegetables, which was good. The boys are off on Friday to do pig butchering. We are getting a pig from the Amish, and they're going to help with butchering day. I think they said there's like somewhere between 15 and 20 to do in the day, so they'll be gone all day Friday. You saw them working on figuring out how we're going to do all the door frames and everything on the inside of the house this winter. But I think this weekend will probably be a lot of work on the chicken coop because it is starting to get cold at night. We need to get the chicks able to be inside if it's going to be down in the 30s. So I think that needs to be the main focus this weekend, is to get the chicken coop completely finished up and buttoned up. And I will check with you guys tomorrow. I have no idea what we've got going on tomorrow, except for the boys are going to be gone, so it's just going to be us girls here. Probably some baking.
And oiling wood.
And Bryn is oiling wood in the Quonset hut.